Alan, not the best of performances tonight.
With the ball, it wasn't bad, really, considering the pitch, but without the ball, Jesus Christ. I'm not being funny, that was horrendous defensively. They didn't need to do anything to score the goals when you look at them. But how many times have I said it? Really, you put different personnel in there. It's the same team that kept a clean sheet on Saturday. And then that back four, you would have thought was 4 different lads out there tonight from Saturday. And that's a baffling thing. It's got me flummoxed at the minute, because when you go from Saturday to what we're doing with the ball and without the ball to that, we knew what they were going to do with the long throws and the corners and the pressure, and we dealt with that. But then we've given them 2 goals. We had the ball and we've given the ball away when you're not even under pressure. So it's so annoying. But then I have a chat with them half time. We still had opportunities, by the way, in the first half to get ourselves in front, hit the post, and we should have probably a couple of chances. I think Jazz has had a great chance. But then I had a chat with them half time, told them the next goal was massive. We knew that once we got it, we'd been on the back end of the 2-0. We know what it's like once you get that next goal. And we're well on top, and we got the goal. We thought it wasn't going to come, we got the goal, and we're still well on top. And them had gone. Them had actually gone. I thought their legs had gone. They'd used all the energy up. They'd gone into a back 6 virtually, and they just left Theo up top by himself, and that was it. And we were well on top. We kept putting the balls in, and then that third goal was an absolute killer, and it was an absolute joke. And you look at it, Coops was trying to play offside, whether he's offside or not. You've still got to deal with the ball. You've got to deal with the ball first. But then the non-tackle from me centre half and me other right back was just shambolic. It didn't seem to mean enough to me watching it, really, and that's the thing that I'm more concerned about. It didn't matter if they didn't win that tackle. They let them, kept running at him, backing off, and go and meet the ball. And that's what we told them at half time. Stop letting people run at you. Go and meet the ball. Go and make them do something. But yet again, you can only say so much and tell them so much. Really. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, you've highlighted this several times that there's a lack of desire sometimes. There's a lack of aggression. And
that's a big one.
That first 15 minutes there, I mean, we could hardly get out of our final third because of the long throws and the corners that were putting us on the back foot. Just
waiting other people to do the jobs. We never had that a while, like a few months back. We had people attacking the ball and being aggressive and being first. The team talks exactly the same. You go and meet it, be aggressive. You know what you're going to deal with. It's nothing complicated. They're not moving you about. You just deal with the ball coming in the box. But everyone's just standing waiting for someone else to do it, and you cannot do that. As simple as that. Anyone who's got more aggression than you will win the game if you're not going to do the basics right, and that's what we've never done tonight.
Yeah, so again you've got to look at the centre of defence and think, how do you
not just the centre of defence, it's the whole back four today. The whole back four, that was chalk and cheese. The whole for them from Saturday to now. I just say, do you change your personnel again? And it's not as if we don't give them enough to give them confidence to kick on, and we haven't asked them to do anything different tonight. And it's not as if the corners or the long throws caused the goals. It was the basic us with the ball and then the reaction to it. And I keep saying, I've said it many times, what if we make a mistake and we're in that position, and yet again we weren't. But how many times have we got to continue doing the work with them and continue telling them, playing the game for them? These are young lads that are wanting to get a foothold in the game at a higher level, and they're not going to if they don't learn quickly.
The irony is that there's a lad who we had on loan who scored twice.
He couldn't have. He's got 2 tap-ins really. He's got a free run on goal, a great finish from, but then the second one, I think the kid's running in, no one's made a tackle. No one's come out and made a tackle, and then it's bobbled and it's on the line as he's tapped it in there. But he should never have got there in the first place. We knew what his threat was his pace, and other than the 2 goals, he didn't really cause one much problem. It was Frank that was causing the problems because he was bullying the centre halves and bullying the full-back, simple as that. Frank was using his body and he dominated that game there.
Yeah. But the turning point though for me was the 2-1. It looked as if we would go on and equalise, but then we gave away a bad goal, and that just gave us too much to do.
I thought we would have went on and won the game, and I said that to the lads at half time. You get a goal here, you'll go and win the game 100%. And then we're well on top, as I say, really well on top. Them had gone, the legs had gone, but then gifting a goal again, like I say, that was a big turning point, as you say, and then it was just them just sat in and backs to the wall after that. And then I knew Nella would blow up, so we'd change it, and then We even tried big beats up top, and then all of a sudden we're trying to play 1-2 in big beats. And some of the decisions at times we're not even putting good quality balls in. We're drilling balls and floating them. We're not putting them into decent areas. It was just, everything seemed to be forced at times in that last 20 minutes rather than moving them about and then doing it. But listen, it's one of them games. We're so frustrated with it because it was a massive opportunity to open a gap. We've still got 2 games left to open that gap, but you're not going to open a gap if you're playing like that, and that's what I've said to the lads.
Declan Howe, what did you make of his debut tonight?
It's difficult for the kid because it's the first time he met the lads. He met them obviously on Saturday, watched the game, and then he hasn't even had a training session with us. So ideally it wasn't best to hire him on, but he's got to hit the ground running. And I think a couple of touches, a little bit nervous, but I think there was one time he took it wide rather than taking it forward. But he's got a lovely feel of the ball, and then I think he'll cause problems. And as I say, we're still nursing Nella back in. We know that, and I think you could see Nella wasn't 100% tonight, but he's just going to get fitter.
So Saturday at Kettering, we'll have to pick ourselves up, won't we?
Similar type of game again. I mean, that's what I said to the lads, you're going to come up against it again, and you've got to deal with it, and you've got to play our game and not get sucked into what the opposition do. And I say it's a difficult place to go. As we know, we went there last year and we won, but we've got to make sure we're better than that way. That's a certainty, and I feel for the fans that travelled again. It just seems to be a recurring theme though, doesn't it? That's the thing. We get ourselves up there and then shoot ourselves in the foot.